You see, every year Samsung releases new foldables and they tell us this is a foldable that changes everything. But this year, I think they have actually done it, like released a foldable that changes everything. We just came out of the Galaxy Unpacked event where 5 different gadgets were launched. Of course, the star of the show was the new Z Fold 8 Wide. We also had the Z Fold 8 Ultra, the Z Flip 8, and then 2 smartwatches, the Watch Ultra 2 and the Galaxy Watch 9. But today I just want to talk about the Z Fold 8 Wide because I feel it wasn't just the star of today's show, but I think it's going to be like the star of foldables generally. I think it's going to have like one of the highest sales because I just held it in a testing event that was done about 3 days ago. And this is what struck me immediately I held that phone. It is how small, how compact, how well built it is. Now, if you're a foldable user, which I have been for the past 1 year with the Z Fold 7, there's always this fear you get when you're using your foldable phone. And that is the fear of not bringing it out just about anyhow. You don't use it when you're rushing to catch a bus, to catch a train, to catch a flight. You only use it when you are seated, your 2 hands are free, then you can bring it out and just use. But you see, with the Z Fold 8 Wide, that fear was completely gone. When I was opening and closing it, I didn't have that fear of it slipping away in any way. Now, something else that I feel was really good with the Z Fold 8 Wide and of course the Ultra is the new whole Samsung Titanium Flex display technology that just makes the crease almost invisible. It is still there, like if you're peep looking, if you're really peeping to want to see it, you get to still see the crease. But if you're not looking at all, I just love the way it blends perfectly with the display. And I think that is huge because it also improves user experience. The outside display of the Z Fold 8 Wide is just 5.5 inches, but it packs all of the really nice specs when it comes to Samsung display. I mean, you can't dispute the fact that Samsung has some of the best displays in any smartphones. But once you open it up, you're greeted with a 7.6 inches Super AMOLED display. It is bright enough for outdoor use because we now have a peak 3000 nits that makes it really usable outdoors. It also comes with anti-reflective coating that helps to cut down glare and something new that Samsung is calling the Outdoor Vision Booster, which does obviously, as the name suggests. There was no mention of the new Samsung privacy display feature, which I also expected it to be in the Ultra, but also it's not. But even apart from that, the display is still very much what you'd expect from a premium device that costs above $1,500. Now, when it comes to performance, as you would expect, it is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor, coupled with up to 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of internal storage, depending on the one you are going for. So when it comes to performance, there is no compromises there with the Z Fold 8 Wide. You get the best, so it can handle basically anything that you throw at it, whether you are a staunch gamer, you're somebody who likes to edit videos on your phone, or perform any task, any long task that is usually like really demanding on your phone. It definitely can be able to handle it. And that definitely is one of the impressive things about the Z Fold 8 Wide. Even though Samsung tried to make it as lightweight and as small as possible, as portable as possible for that better carryability and things like that, they never really compromised on their most important specs. But then, what about the cameras? Well, if you look at the back of the Z Fold 8 Wide, you're going to see it has just 2 cameras. They are both 50 megapixel sensors for the ultra wide angle camera and of course the wide angle cameras. But then if you are used to Samsung phones, you know it's not really about the megapixels. It's all about One UI, how well it processes photos when you take them, and of course the whole new AI features that's coming with it. A lot of AI features were demoed in the event, one of them being the UCam feature that you can use to basically track one person in a group of people using AI, and then it tracks that person, and also you can change the aspect ratio of the video however you want, from 16:9 to 9:16 and things like that. Now let's talk about the battery, because that is another aspect where I felt Samsung actually heard us, because they said it in the event that a lot of people have been complaining about how slow it is to charge their foldable phones. Like the Z Fold 7 charges at 25 watts, and honestly, in this day and age, that is massively slow compared to every other smartphone I have. So now, the Z Fold 8 Wide is coming with a 4800 mAh battery, which is obviously bigger than what we have in the Z Fold 7. And then it charges super fast at 45 watts. So yeah, much faster charging you're going to be getting with the new foldables. And that cuts across all the foldables, the Z Fold 8 Ultra and even the Z Flip 8. They all charge at 45 watts and have much improved batteries. Now let's talk about the price, because I think that is the hinge that holds basically everything. when it comes to these smartphones? Well, the Z Fold 8 Wide is going for $1,900, basically starting at that price. Now, is that price expensive? Of course it is. To spend $1,900 on a smartphone this day and age is quite expensive. Maybe it's because of the whole RAM shortage or whatever, I don't know. But at that price point, I would say what the phone is offering just kind of like balances up everything. But tell me what you think about the price when you compare it to everything else that the phone is offering in the comment section below. Now let's talk about some of the things I would say I was really disappointed when it was announced. One of them is the fact that it doesn't have S Pen support. For me, it still baffles me how you can have a productivity device like the foldable phones and not have S Pen, because it's so much easier for you to draw, to write, to do basically anything that requires an S Pen on a foldable phone than it is on the other Ultra phones like the S26 Ultra or the S25 Ultra that actually have this S Pen. So I don't know the whole rationale behind it, but this year, once again, there is no S Pen support for both the Z Fold 8 Wide and the Z Fold 8 Ultra. So what is my first impression of the Z Fold 8 Wide overall? Genuinely, I would say I'm impressed. It is lighter, it is easier to handle, it is more comfortable to use with one hand. I just also can't wait for what Apple is going to bring very soon with the iPhone Ultra, which we're expecting to be also a foldable, first foldable iPhone. So let's just see what that is also going to be. It will be so nice to be able to compare those two from Samsung and Apple, and then help you guys make the best buying decisions. Now, I'll also be making dedicated reviews of the Z Fold 8 Ultra and the Z Flip 8, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel for that so you don't miss out on that video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.